Team Strub, day 46. Guess where I am? I am in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I'm here with Jill from Big Brothers Big Sisters, one of my very favorite organizations around the whole country. So,
thank you.
Jill, thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I very much appreciate it. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Sure. My name is Jill Matro, and I'm the Vice President of Programs and Branch Operations here for the state.
Great. Jill, what is Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Big Brothers Big Sisters is a mentoring organization. We are the organization best known for one-to-one mentoring. So for each of the at-risk youth that we provide service for, we are linking that child with a carefully screened and trained volunteer mentor.
Okay, great. So let's talk a little bit about the structure of Big Brothers Big Sisters in Hawaii. So you guys here in this office help manage some of the other islands as well. Is that true?
Yes. So we're a statewide organization, and here in Hawaii, our states are islands. So made up of islands. So here in Honolulu, we have all of our school-based and community-based programs. And then the same type of structure occurs on Kauai and Maui proper and Hawaii Island. So 4 counties made up of sometimes several islands. Maui proper is 3 islands.
And so this is a colossal amount of organization. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of matches.
Yes.
Let's talk about how you guys are able to use technology to sort of communicate between chapters. I know there's the boardroom here. What you guys use, Skype or FaceTime, or how does that work?
Yeah, Skype, FaceTime, very popular tools. We do meetings, of course, by a webinar type of format, and just everybody calls in to a central number. And you know, during our larger meetings across the state, then we get people to dress real nice and sit in front of the camera. And
from here up,
projected,
right?
Yeah, be projected on the wall. Yeah, they can wear shorts and slippers on the bottom.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the technology, it's useful internally, but I've also heard in speaking with Elise and Tyler that the technology is useful for many of your matches as well.
Right.
You know, that there's a broad number of military-based matches.
Right, about 40%.
About 40%. So talk about how that really has redefined the role of a Big Brother, Big Sister in Hawaii.
Yeah. I think one of our programs is a prime example of using technology. So for our Castle program, the matches primarily communicate online. They communicate through email. We send out a prompt to both the bigs and the littles, and they communicate back and forth around that subject matter. So the prompt could be, you know, something about how do you handle conflict with somebody you care about, or when was the last time that you had to, you know, tell a friend some disappointing news, or something to the like of, you know, a moral dilemma, and they go back and forth on that, but online through a chat room that's monitored by our case managers, and then they meet in person every 4 to 6 weeks, and they get to know each other on a different level, one-to-one.
Great. Let's talk about the neighborhood. We talk about this being sort of the nonprofit district. That there's a concentration of nonprofits right outside here in the neighborhood where we are. Why?
It was the intent of the donor of this building, the Harry and Jeanette Weinberg building that we sit in, was designed in order to foster collaboration between the nonprofits here in Hawaii. So we have nonprofits as next door neighbors all around us here.
And so you've benefited from those relationships?
Yes, we have, of course, we have like a shared expense of, you know, a meeting room that we all share, but then also, you know, we have the shared resource of knowing what we do and how we can collaborate, and just going down the hallway to be able to tap into that resource is helpful.
And sometimes you're able to maybe funnel someone who comes in and maybe is interested in volunteering in one place. You may be able to send that person to another organization if they might be a better fit somewhere
Sure.
else.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's pretty amazing.
Yes.
Let's talk about the economics of the state of Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Elise was mentioning it creates a unique challenge, and what I've noticed, or what I seem to see, is a big concentration of wealth at the top, and
Yes.
maybe not so much of that soft middle class that might oftentimes provide that great number of bigs.
Right.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, we do have that challenge here in Hawaii. I think that our middle class is very busy staying in that middle class bracket.
Yeah.
So parents are working 2-3 jobs. We are accommodating to parents who are actually maybe a intact family versus just focusing on single parents. We do serve intact families where both members are working 2 to 3 jobs and can't provide that supervision for their child. It is a struggle here because of our high cost of living to be able to provide as a parent. So we're cognizant of that, and we flex our model to fit.
Wow. So we talk about 250 kids or so on a waiting list here in Hawaii. How difficult must that be, and how do you guys work towards growing the number of matches that you have every month?
Yeah, so we have about 400 matches that we serve. So we are doing very well in serving a large population. In addition to that, we're serving the high school bigs that serve as mentors. So we're looking at actually more like 600 youth that are being served. But then the 200 on our wait list, are constantly on our minds and hearts. And what we do is we reach out to a wider number of potential bigs through the media. We have our bigs that are currently active use their social media and their circles of influence to do shouts out regarding all the fun that they're having, being a mentor. We are constantly updating our webpage to make sure that the latest information is going out there and is attractive to someone that's in our typical age bracket of volunteer.
Sure. So what are those websites? How can people read more about what you guys are doing?
Oh, we're on bbbshawaii.org.
Okay.
That's our, and then
I'm going to put that up on the screen right there. Right.
And you can also find links to specific information on each one of our islands.
Awesome. I want to touch on one point you just made a minute ago a little bit more in
Sure.
depth. You talked about the high school program.
Yes.
And can you explain what that program is and how that works?
Yes. Reversing a little bit, we have 2 main programs, and that's our school program and our community-based program. In our school program, what's unique to some of the programs within the national organization is that we have specially trained high school students serve as our mentors to our elementary school littles in our school program. We see it as an opportunity to provide mentorship to the high school bigs. Our philosophy here in Hawaii is you will not be able to be a good mentor unless you receive good mentorship. So our case managers take it on as their responsibility to be the mentors to those high school bigs, getting to know them and their personal and professional goals and helping them towards them. And they in turn can turn around and provide that support to their little, quite naturally, as they're
Sure.
receiving it.
How difficult is it to keep in touch with, or is it difficult to keep in touch with other chapters of Big Brothers Big Sisters? Do you feel isolated being in Hawaii?
I think we're quite accustomed to using technology to stay in touch with all of our other counties, and so we use that same technology to stay in touch with our mainland chapters, and we shoot emails back and forth on a regular basis, asking questions, receiving coaching, so we are removed by a time zone. That's something that we cannot have an effect on.
Sure.
But we get up early and we stay late.
Sure. Are you from here?
Yes.
What's your favorite part of living in Hawaii?
The favorite part of living in Hawaii, I think, was just affirmed because I spent a good deal of time away in this past month. When we come from a background of needing to depend on one another, we live in a small town, it's an island, we have to be able to trust one another. And I believe that our agency takes us back to those days when we could trust one another, to work towards each other's best interests, to invest in each other and into each other's children. And I think that our program amplifies what we know is best for our entire community. We facilitate it and we make it a part of the generations to come.
Jill, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you.
And we'll be sure to carry your message back to the lower 48. Really just a wonderful, wonderful organization, Big Brothers Big Sisters. And really glad to be here. Thank you so much for taking the time. It's very nice to
I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you, Chris.